What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller. All right, that's enough. So we are working on another bunch of special rules, or just one particular special rule. We're going to call this one the product rule. In the mathematic world, product means multiply. Okay, so this is a rule that helps differentiate functions made of a product of functions. Now, I've got two examples here. You'll see in this first one, that is a product, yes, but it is not a product of functions because this one here is a function. This one here is it's not a function because it doesn't have x. So we just call that one a scalar, okay? Or yeah, normally a scalar or a multiplier. It's just a nice number. But here in this next one here, that's definitely a function because it's got x. And that's definitely a function. So we can use it here. We don't need to use it here. Okay, now let's take a look. There's a theoretical formula. Y is made up of u and v. And so you get this kind of like v du dx plus u dv dx. Less helpful. It's what you get in your reference sheet, but this is the one that I prefer to use. I know some teachers say vuv. I actually like vuv, but I'll show you why I like this one. So some people do this vu plus uv dash. Okay, so y dash is vuv. It's up to you what you want to call it, but let me explain my process here. Okay, so just hopefully write this down. It's going to be helpful. Now, if I'm differentiating here, I want to be very specific with my setting out. So this is just my recommendation. Watch me as I do this. And then if you can find a better way, please use a better way. But as far as I've been teaching, this is the cleanest method. I think so anyway. So you'll have a product here. Can you notice that it is x times another function of x? Okay, these are both products. So in other words, it's like y equals u times v. What it's saying here is my first u is going to be the first term and my v is going to be my second term. Okay, there's two functions here. And while I've got this, I'm going to find my u dash underneath and my v dash underneath. So my derivative of x, that becomes 1. And my v dash, I'm going to have 6 comes down the front, x minus 1 stays the same. Take away 1 from the power becomes 5, and then multiply it by the derivative, in this case here, just 1. Okay. Now, remembering that y dash equals 2 u dash v plus v dash u. What I like about this is if you set it up like this every single time, you have u dash, v dash, it's always going to be that times that, and then that times that. Let me explain. It's going to be 1 times x minus 1 to the 6, because that is u dash times v. And then I'm going to add the other one. So it's going to be x times 6x, x times 6, my bad, 6 bracket x minus 1 to the 5. Okay, pause that there if you need to and see where everything kind of came from. But cleaning this up a little bit, I'm left with x minus 1 to the 6 plus 6x, x minus 1 to the 5. Now, at this point, you have differentiated fully. But what I like to do is I like to factorize because I see a common factor of x minus 1 to the power of 5. And so I'm missing an x minus 1 to make it x to the power of 6. And then I'm just missing a 6x to make it into this term here. And again, not necessary in most questions, but sometimes it's helpful to clean things up. That leaves you with 7x take away 1. And so you can kind of see how your derivative or your dy dx or your, I should have probably written f dash x. Okay, just to keep inconsistency with the question, that means your final derivative becomes that. Okay, there's your product rule. I think I've got one more example, 2 more examples. All right, give this one a go. Pause the video, see if you can get it on your own. If you didn't do it, you're lazy. All right, v equals to 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 4. Last chance. Last chance for you to pause it and try it on your own. Did you do it? I bet half of you didn't. I bet maybe 3/4 of you didn't. So again, I've got my u, I've got my v. U is going to be my first term. V is going to be my second term. U dash, derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. Derivative of v, power comes down the front. Bracket stays the same. Take away 1 from the power, multiplied by the derivative of the bracket. Okay, so the derivative of the bracket becomes 8x. Okay, because 2 times 4x. And cleaning this up one more step, 4 times 8x is 32x. And then I've got 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 3. All right, now remembering y dash is going to equal to that times that plus that times that. So I'm just going to put it all together. 3x squared bracket 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 4. Don't mind how messy it kind of looks. Just kind of brute force it because it is what it is. Okay, so there's my first term. And then my second term is going to be 32x times x cubed. So I'm just going to do it in one go. 32 times x to the power of 4. Right, and then my bracket remains the same. 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 3. Now, again, what I could do is I could take out the, let's do one more. I see a common factor of x squared, and I also see a factor of 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 3. And cleaning up what's left, well, I have a 3 remaining times 4x squared plus 1. And for this other one, this 32x4 is I'm missing a 32x squared, and that's it. And so cleaning this up a little bit, I have x squared, 4x squared plus 1 to the power of 3, and then I'm multiplying this by, that's 12x squared. What's 12x squared plus 32? 12, 44 x squared, and then plus 3. And that would be your kind of simplified version, okay? It's just factorizing. It's kind of catching that there's a like term here, or there's common factors here and here. And there's also a common factor of the x squared and the x to the 4, okay? Last one. If you didn't give the last one a go, better give this one a go. 2 terms, x plus 2 squared, and then v is your, I'm going to write it as x plus 1, and because it's a square root, it's to the power of a half. And again, same thing, u dash becomes 2 bracket x plus 2, take away 1 from the power, that becomes 1, times it by the derivative, which is just 1. That becomes your u dash. V dash is about the same, power comes down the front, bracket comes down, take away 1 from the power. Okay, and now f dash x now becomes this times this. So I have 2 times x plus 2 times x plus 1 to the negative, or to the half, sorry. And then I'm going to add the other one, which is going to be x plus 2 squared times half. Now looking at that, I like to put the numbers out front. So I'm going to put the half out the front. And then I still have the x plus 1 to the power of negative half. Hopefully you can see that's where it came from. We'll not simplify this one. I can leave that one to you because you probably didn't pause it, did you? All right, I'll catch you guys later in the next one. That's the product rule. Enjoy.